Hey Aries, your December reading. So in late November and coming into the beginning of the month of December, something was off to a really quick up-tempo motion, even to a brand new beginning. The Page of Pentacles is here too. So there could have been a really new fresh start energy that has been going very quickly, but you cannot fully talk about it, express it, or announce it yet potentially. I do get this energy of gossip here too. The Eight of Wands is like a very back and forth communication, and the Seven of Wands has a slight element of sneakiness here, and the Page of Pentacles has plenty to say. So I do get like a lot of chat, a lot of chitter chatter, a lot of gossip, and like a lot of communication, but there is some sort of an element of planning or secrecy because all can't be revealed at this time. Some of you are in the talks about going back to school or some sort of a study or course or sort of education. It seems like you want to take your knowledge a little further now, and this is all happening really quickly. You're surprised. You thought like if you put in an application that it would take a while for them to get back to you, or there may not be any space for you, but as it happened, as soon as you reached out, it just came right back to you. So you're like, okay, this is happening quickly. For some reason you don't fully want to talk about it. Maybe you haven't figured out all the fine-tuning around this yet, Aries. Maybe you just don't really want to express it fully. There does seem to be an element of sort of secrecy throughout the reading, however, so maybe some of these themes will be linked. So in the month of December, the middle card, and we're going to look at these cards together now in just a minute, the Emperor. All right, so you're feeling like you could really be feeling very strong in yourself in the month of December, like very true to yourself too. Very empowered. Just be careful how you use your power, Aries. The Emperor is pretty authoritative and strong and a good leader, but really they're thinking about themselves a lot of the time in this energy with the Eight of Swords. So just be careful like about who you're trampling on, I'm gonna say, or who you may be taking advantage of or even exploiting if it's like a work situation. Remember, the King of Cups, another powerful yang energy coming up here, divine masculine, is just saying that these could even be people you could hurt, the ones you love here, or you could potentially hurt someone in December that really means an awful lot to you, and you're just trying to, I don't know, you're trying to get on their level at the same time, but there's a mismatch here. This is something that's been probably like lingering for you and like an issue that's been nagging at you for a while and just bothering you somewhat. By the end of the month, we have some more major arcana cards. So the Emperor card being like something that you need to execute this month, and we're gonna clear it up and see what that might be, Aries. But the High Priestess and the Devil energy, you know that there's something that's been kept more secret, more on the back burner, something that's been kept under wraps. The High Priestess is going to probably start to unravel soon, and it's starting to present like some difficult decisions for you to make. It does seem like there's a bit of a trap here. The Eight of Swords and this Devil card are actually pretty similar energetically, like a feeling of restriction. So there's something that that's why I thought there was like this continued energy of secrecy in this reading, from the Seven of Swords here to the Devil and the High Priestess. You may know what this is about already, but it comes into focus more around the 22nd of December. The Sun moves into Capricorn. Shortly after that though, however, like about a week after that, there'll be a new moon in Capricorn. It could be around that phase, but I'm going a little too far. But it's possible that, you know, that something comes to light then, or like a new beginning is possible around then. I think we should probably just clear up these cards, Aries, because there's probably a lot to unpack. Take what resonates when it does. I've been thinking about this as like the last couple of days of November, beginning of December to around the 3rd or 4th. And what's coming through with that is this Queen of Swords energy, some sort of a boundary, a block, somebody that's can't quite warm to. The Fool card, a new beginning. So yeah, the end of November, beginning of December does bring around new beginning energy. That solar eclipse new moon I was talking about around the 3rd or the 4th of December, depending where you're living. That is the energy of a new cycle, new beginning, breath of fresh air into an existing cycle, but certainly the more of a feeling of new beginning rather than energy, or sorry, like a cycle ending here. So Page of Pentacles, the Fool card, fresh start. There might be a breakthrough with this person that you just can't quite warm to. Perhaps there's a breakthrough with somebody, some personality that's necessary to break through with. Could be an air sign like an Aquarius, Libra, possibly Gemini. I'm seeing Aquarius very strong here, Aries. You may be dealing with one of those, or a Libra. But overall, the gossip element here, like maybe somebody just says full stop, like enough is enough. Anyway, you're too focused on your new beginning at around the 3rd or 4th of December, I feel like, Aries, or this new idea you have. The Queen of Swords is also like a really nice, clear mental breakthrough. So it could be around the 3rd or the 4th where your vision becomes very clear about your new beginning, your new cycle, your very new exciting project. And I think that there is something that's in very early stages, like the seeds have been planted, you're learning, you're researching, you're figuring out what it'll be you need to do. You're just even figuring out logistics, the 8 of Wands, like how long it will take to get there, what you've got to do. You're keeping it under wraps. Okay, all good. But so there's something about that you can't even really talk about, but maybe there may be some sort of a breakthrough around the 3rd or the 4th of December. Overall, eclipse energy for the collective is a bit more changeable and volatile. We may notice things ending, beginning around eclipses on a more obvious level. So the 8 of Swords, the Emperor, and the King of Cups. This is the bigger themes coming through around the month of December. So let's see what's coming through. You're right in the center of this reading, Aries, as the Emperor. So you're definitely kind of have, I would say, your fingers in a few pies at the moment and directing a few ideas, contemplating things. The Hanged One, yeah, very much in contemplation still. For a larger part of November or December. And the 3 of Swords. Okay, so yeah, you still have to think through an issue that has caused some 3 of Swords hurt. This energy of a finger in many pies in the month of December, but not really fully getting off the fence totally on one thing or having full conviction. So earlier I thought there was a risk in December of you potentially hurting somebody that you really do care for, and that you really do love this person. I thought by doing something, or I don't know exactly, but now it looks a little more like it would be the inaction or like the hesitation, 8 of Swords, the hesitation, 2 of Swords, and the Hanged One now is a bit more of this like suspension energy. So I'm thinking now, would you be more at risk of causing 3 of Swords, some heartache or something coming up as a disappointment in December if you were to not act or to not do, to not defend? The Emperor, like that's such an Aries value too, like the value of defending. You're the sign of the champion for the underdog, Aries. So yeah, there could be a little of that. Otherwise, the Hanged One and the 3 of Swords might just come up for you in the month of December of slightly like coming to terms and reaching a brand new perspective on something that hurt you, or some sense of betrayal, or something that left a sting there, the 3 of Swords, and it just didn't really feel the same after you saw the truth of something. You really have sensed, you are sensing, Hanged One, in the month of December, that you've reached a big breakthrough. Like, wow, do you see things differently now? All right, so the High Priestess, the 2 of Swords, and the Devil card coming through around the end of the month. Now, the Devil energy is the sign of Capricorn in the major arcanas. So that could just be talking about that is when the sun moves into Capricorn on the 22nd of December, beginning Capricorn season. So we could be just putting that time frame around then, or even about a week or two later. So this could be around the end of December, I'm thinking. What can we expect, or is there anything else to look out for or be aware of around then? So you've got the Death card. Now, I did see the Death card peeking through in this reading, a card of transformation, also the card of Scorpio, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so yeah, there are some energies here, Aries, of transformation and some sort of an overhaul of an issue that you, when once broken through, the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands, successfully navigated, and then you do see this Ten of Swords. Yep, that is not surprised to follow with this Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords energy, and Death card. There needs to be some big breakthrough towards the end of the year, that can just bring about the success of something that needs to get going off the ground. But before that can happen, something really needs to transform. I think something is going to come to be, you'll be more aware of what this might be. The High Priestess card is a card of intuition. This might already be speaking to you. It might be something you feel like you are hesitating about, or you feel like you can't act on still, or there's something you're trapped around doing. The Devil card, when in actual reality you may be thinking up a lot of worst case scenarios with the Nine of Swords. The Death card is sometimes just saying, like, let's just bring about the change that needs to happen. Let's bite the bullet, pull the band-aid off, and just go for it. Address the elephant in the room might be coming up, the Death card and Nine of Swords, and the chances are you've been worrying so much more about this. The Nine of Swords can often be that once it's all said and done and you address it, it just feels so much better. Okay, Aries, that's your reading for December. If you're interested in your astrology, your personalized astrology for your rising sign, head over to the video on my YouTube called Sagittarius Season December Astrology. It's going to have like a more detailed look at your transits for the month ahead. Even if you don't know your rising sign, head over and try and see if you can figure out what video works for you. If you don't know your rising sign, watch for your sun sign. Why not? But either way, your rising sign is super easy to calculate online. Thanks for watching, Aries. Bye.